come to writing essays, and sometimes you really get like a burst of energy. Like this morning, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this YouTube video. I know what I'm talking about, and I like planned it all out in a few minutes, dropped my kids at school, and here I am doing the video. Sometimes you have those like real like momentous, motivating times, but then there's those other times where you're trying to write an essay, or maybe you've got to do an application form for a job, and you're just stuck. You just cannot get the words onto paper, and you're essentially just avoiding doing it. You're avoiding doing it because it just seems like such a hard uphill struggle. So that's what I'm gonna walk you through today, how to stop avoiding doing your essay. I'm Sarah Edwards and I make YouTube videos. Recently, I've been making more tutoring videos because I've been working with a lot of students who are at university, so that's what you're getting here. But I also help people get into the career of criminology, particularly probation officer. But today I'm talking specifically to my uni students, people who, yeah, you've avoided doing an essay. And I totally get it, because I am an avoider. If something feels difficult, I am not going to do it. And especially with, like, you might be really interested. I work a lot with psychology, criminology, sociology students. Not exclusively, but they're most of the ones that end up working with me. And you're really interested in the subject. You love the subject. But sometimes, and it might be an ADHD brain thing, but you can just really love the subject, you take it all in, you really understand what's going on, but you're like, okay, well, how can I now compute that in my brain to spit out a 1,500 word or 2,000 words? It's just not computing, yeah? So we can just avoid it because it feels difficult, and we're human beings. We like comfort, we like convenience. We don't want to be inconvenienced. We don't want our body to feel that discomfort. So we do everything possible to feel comfort. So that might be letting yourself off the hook. Oh, I'm not going to do the essay. So you feel like, oh, I feel better now because I'm not doing that. I'm not in that hard zone. But then the cycle comes back up because the deadline's next week, and you're like, oh shit, I still haven't done it because I've been avoiding it. That's what I want to help you with today. I've got my notes because I will wander off talking about everything. So yeah, basically I want to stop that cycle. The cycle is happening, the cycle is a habit, the cycle is normal for you as a human being, as a person. Maybe you're a person with an ADHD brain. The cycle is normal, but that cycle, you can be eased out of that cycle into a new habit, and that's what I'm helping you with. But the thing with that cycle is, say you're watching this, you've got your deadline next week, right? It's not only the academic part of needing to write the essay, it's that negative cycle that your head is going into, that's repeating all the negative times, all the things you can't do. It brings up all the inadequacy in you, all the feelings of you feeling not good enough. So you're battling not only with the kind of academic capability side, but you're also battling with that kind of inner negative critical voice that is sabotaging you. And that voice is an old voice in you. It's probably been with you for a long time, just that subtle background noise that you just want to stop. So it makes sense that you're feeling this way because you're kind of fighting both. My next point is, yeah, so especially, so I've worked with a lot of females who have ADHD, right? And you'll get an extension from your uni. Again, it's kind of putting a plaster on the situation, but it doesn't help. Be real with yourself. The extension does not help because it just prolongs that period, and then you still find yourself a week before, a few days before, and everything's all over the place. You might have started, but you might have like notes over here with stuff. It's not all coordinated and looking like an essay. It's just looking like 15 different open tabs on your laptop that you can't find where you put plan 55. Yeah, I totally get it. So it is all well and good that your lecturers are being compassionate and understanding of your needs, but I'm going to give you actual practical tools so you can address that. So if you do have an extension, how can you really maximise that time so you actually are getting it done and coming out of these habits? Because it's not only about getting it done, it's about let's change these habits in the process. So get your pen and paper, pull up a chair, get yourself a cup of tea, get comfy, because it's going to be a good one. So the solution. There is this actual solution. So I created the Move On Up formula for people who are writing essays at university. It can be applied to all subjects. Again, like I said, I really like working with sociology, criminology, psychology, because that's my area of interest. Sorry, I have to look at the formula. So the formula is a blend of academic work and inner work. Yeah, so you can write your essays with ease. So I'll say that again. The Move On Up formula is a blend of academic work and inner work so that you can write your essays with ease. Because sometimes, yes, you want a first, you want a 2-1. But sometimes when you're in this heightened state, emotional state, where all your essays are backed up, you're really frustrated, it's just about getting your essay done with ease. And I totally get that. I've been there before. I have a tendency to get frustrated if I worked as a probation officer and I was writing pre-sentence reports all the time. There was constant deadlines. I would just leave it till the last minute still, and would just feel really uncomfortable feelings because it was just constant deadlines. I didn't have time to be a perfectionist as well. It was just about getting the work done. And sometimes it's just about getting the work done, but you feeling in a good state. So that requires inner work and academic work, and I blend the both in my formula. And the reason I've made this formula is it's a bit like in maths. I don't have a maths brain, but there's certain formula for maths equations to work things out. Same here. There's a certain formula to structure and write an essay that's going to make your life easier. And once you know the formula, it's like having a recipe to follow, and you can just keep repeating that again and again, and it will get easier, and it will flow, and it will flow. And it's like you're unlocking the river. You know, when you get in that focus zone, you think, oh, I'm never going to be able to write this essay. And then you get deep into the valley of the river and it just flows and flows and flows. Okay, so my next point is, right, so I've got an exercise for you. This is why I said get your pen and paper. So you're getting some real juicy stuff. So first thing I want you to write down is I am afraid of, and write this in the context of your essay writing. Or if you've got a job application, that. So I am afraid of, write that at the top of your page now, and then I want you to just answer that. Just answer and just write until you can't think anymore. Just write. And then I want you to write that again. I'm afraid of, and keep writing. And you're going to write that 7 times. So the reason you're going to do it 7 times is because we really want to get to that unconsciousness. You're scared of something. Fear is mostly at the root of everything we do, pretty much. Fear is there. So we want to kind of explore and get curious about that fear. So pause this video. If you think you might take hours, set yourself a time limit. Just put the timer on for 10 minutes and just keep answering that question. Okay, those of you that paused the video to do that, how did it go? Let me know in the comments what it revealed to you. So second thing, we've all heard about affirmations, like I am confident, I can write this essay, but a gentler one that really helped me and has helped my students is affirmations, because sometimes we just really don't have that belief, and that's why I really value myself to have coaches and things. So for you, if you're looking for a tutor, because you've got someone that believes in you when you don't, and that's really going to help. So affirmations are like, what if I was good at writing essays? What if I could write this essay with ease? So it's a bit more gentle and it's a bit more believable for your mind, because your mind and body needs to really believe these. So try affirmations. So again, pause this video and just write out, and you can say them as well. It's always good to voice them. A few affirmations. Examples: what if I was good at writing essays? What if I could write this to the deadline? What if I could write this with ease and flow? Third one is for the girls, yeah? Be aware of your menstrual cycle. And I've mentioned this before in my videos, because we have our periods where we are, the week before your period. I don't know about you, but I want to just rest. I don't want to fill my time. I feel myself getting a little bit more agitated. So I need to do everything possible to really maintain, hibernate a bit more, reduce things on my plate. And I know it's not always possible. You can't change the deadline around your cycle, but it's just about, okay, what can you take off your plate? How can you be a bit more kind to yourself? How can you nurture and nourish yourself a bit more? And then when you're in the season of flourishing, maybe that's when you just naturally would have more motivation anyway. And then this next point is for everyone. Be aware of the seasons of Earth, the actual seasons. I'm recording this video and it's the end of March. Winter time, you might have noticed the pattern, or maybe not. Have a think now. Winter time, you maybe are feeling just really sluggish, and this is now where all your deadlines have built up because you didn't get to them over the winter time. Makes absolute sense, but we're trained here in this capitalist society to always be productive. It doesn't fit with the cycle, so you might be feeling now it's getting towards springtime, it's getting lighter, that actually you've just suddenly got this burst of motivation. So just be aware of that and just tune into it a bit more. We are beings that are connected to the earth at the end of the day. Be aware as well of your own natural times of the day where you work best. I'm filming this now first thing in the morning because I am a morning person. I like mornings, I love mornings, I have so much more energy in the morning. After 2 o'clock, I cannot be doing any taxing work, realistically, because my brain is just not gonna be committed to it. So figure out when you're best. It might be that you fit well with that 9 to 5 rhythm. Maybe it's a morning you're best. Maybe it's afternoon, it takes you a while to get moving in the day, or maybe it's evening. Find out, and again, just by being aware, noticing, you might want to journal when you're feeling best in the day, when you're feeling more productive. It might take a while to work out your rhythm, but really just tune into how you feel during the day so you can then maximize that time. And then the last thing, the academic work, you do need a recipe to follow. Like I said before, especially if you've got an ADHD brain, but not exclusively. You can be really creative, have all the ideas, but have nowhere to put everything. It's a bit like if you don't have drawers and compartments to put things in your bedroom, things are just going to be a mess flying around everywhere. So an essay is kind of giving you a recipe to follow. I like to cook, I like to just randomly put things together, but if I was to bake a cake, that wouldn't really work. I wouldn't be able to just randomly put things together. Following a kind of essay recipe will help you refine. It gives you those boundaries. So what's in my recipe? So the moving up formula, The recipe for writing, so you're going to want to write this down, is planning. Yeah, planning. You have to plan. I know we want to jump straight in and just dive straight in and avoid the planning stage, but you've got to plan. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, the first plan, but you just want to know, okay, here's the question, what actually do you want to write? Next thing, and map out the word count per paragraph, because then it doesn't seem so daunting. If you know, right, it's a 2,000 word essay, and for example, paragraph 1, you only need 400 words. It's like a bit more manageable, isn't it? It's like, oh, I've only got to do 400 words. Okay, cool. Second one, research and note taking is your second step. And I've got a really good tool to organize your note taking, and it's in tables, so you can really compartmentalize it. And every student that I've worked with has said, oh yeah, like it's transformational, absolutely transformational. I don't have a fancy email marketing system at the moment, but if you want it, email me, info@edwardstutoring.com. Second thing, you're going to do a refined plan. Yeah, so you're going to refine the plan, because now you've done your reading and note taking, your plan might have changed. It's not going to change drastically, but it might have changed slightly. So you want to do a refined plan. Then you want to plan your time. Yeah, open up your calendar. I use Google Calendar, and you're going to time block. So say if it's Thursday today, you might feel like, okay, Friday, 10 o'clock, I'm going to do writing up paragraph 1. Actually, this time plan needs to go at the beginning. Sorry. Time plan at the beginning before research and note taking. So then you can think, right, 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock, that's going to be research and note taking paragraph 1. And you carry on from there. Because then it's realistic for you. Next one is paragraph structure. So planning out your paragraph structure, and then critical analysis, and then intro, conclusion, proofread and edit. So that is the recipe, that is the formula, the moving up formula that you are going to need to succeed in essay writing. And by success, I don't necessarily mean you need to get a first. Right now, it's just about doing your essay with ease. You don't want to be stressed out 24/7. And it's about doing the blend of inner work and academic work. They have to go together. So email me info@, I'm checking that I've written this right, because I haven't actually said this email out loud for infoedwardstutoring@gmail.com. infoedwardstutoring@gmail.com. Email me if you want me to send across any free resources, and if you want a session. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. If you want any more outlines or anything like that, then let me know in the comments.